Lucy, the Big Helper by Mary Bernadette Stillman. For Lucy, her brothers and sisters, and my many grandchildren, with love from Granny Mary. When Lucy's big brother and sister, Fergus and Jacinta, went back to school after the holidays, she was very sad, because although she had another brother and sister, Pascal and Gemma, they aren't really big enough to play with. "Never mind, Lucy," said Mummy. "You can be a big help to me. I have such a lot of jobs to do around the house. It would be a big help to me if you could manage to do some of them. Do you think you're big enough?" "Oh, yes, please, Mummy," answered Lucy. "I would love to." "Well, first of all," said Mummy, "I would like you to wash the dirty breakfast dishes while I bath baby." So, very carefully, Lucy carried the dishes into the kitchen and placed them into the sink. Then she squeezed just the correct amount of washing up liquid into the water and washed the dishes until they shone. "Oh, Lucy," cried Mummy, when she saw them, "they are so clean. I can even see myself in them. What a big help you are." "What else can I do to be a big help, Mummy? Is there something else I can do?" Lucy was feeling rather pleased with herself and very excited. "Yes, dear, there is," said Mummy. "Do you think you could run upstairs and make the beds?" "Of course," said Lucy. "That's easy." Lucy ran off upstairs, but it took her quite some time to make the beds. It was not as easy as she had thought. The blankets were so heavy. "Oh dear," muttered Lucy to herself. "Fergus has his sheets tied up in knots." But Lucy struggled on. You see, she really did want to be a big help to Mummy. When at last all the beds were made, and she went downstairs to tell Mummy, Lucy was exhausted. So she felt very relieved when Mummy asked her if she would like some warm milk and a biscuit. "Thank you very much, Mummy," sighed Lucy, and sat down to eat her biscuit and drink her milk. "Lucy," called Mummy, "the baker's at the door. Will you fetch me one large loaf, please?" "Yes, Mummy," replied Lucy. "Hello," said the baker when Lucy opened the door. "What would you like today?" "One large loaf, please," replied Lucy. "I am helping Mummy today." "Well, you are a good girl. You must be a big help to your Mummy," said the baker. "Yes, I am," answered Lucy proudly. "Goodbye." "Goodbye," called the baker as he walked back to his van. "Goodbye," called Lucy again as she closed the door. "Shall I put it in the pantry, Mummy?" "Now, Lucy," said Mummy after lunch, "I wonder if you would roll out some pastry and make some jam tarts?" Mummy has mixed some pastry and left out a rolling pin, some patty dishes, a jar of jam, and a pastry cutter. Lucy set to work, rolling out the pastry until it was quite thin. Then she took the pastry cutter and cut out some round shapes to fit the tin. Next she lined each little shape with the pastry and then very carefully spooned in the jam. Mummy put them in the oven. "Let's sit down for 10 minutes while they cook," she said. "Yes," said Lucy, and they did. When they had had a little rest, Mummy walked into the kitchen. "Let's see if those tarts have cooked yet," she said. She opened the oven door and took out the tarts. "I'll put them on the cooling tray, Lucy, because they are very hot. When they have cooled down, you may put them on a plate." They soon cooled down, and Lucy placed each one neatly on the plate. At 4 o'clock, when Jacinta and Fergus came home from school, they were delighted when Lucy showed them the 12 juicy red jam tarts she had made, all by herself. That night, when Lucy was bathed and ready for bed, she was very tired, but it had been a lovely day. "Good night. God bless, Lucy," whispered Mummy, as she tucked her up in her nice warm bed. "And thank you for being my big helper." Note from the author and illustrator: I wrote this book in 1977 for my daughter Lucy while I was still in bed after having our fifth child, Pascal. He was a bit of a surprise for a lot of people, especially Lucy, because I had not told many that I was expecting him, as my dad had died while I was pregnant. It had been a sad time, but Pascal coming brought us tremendous joy. With Lucy jogging my elbow, we made a list of ways she could be a big girl and help out with the new baby. The list became this book.